Okay, so in a
Okay.
nutshell, just to repeat what I might not have said clearly before, I have no problem with people consensually doing whatever they want if it makes them feel good and if it doesn't hurt others. Okay? Generally, I'm quite okay with that. If you want to spend your whole life, reading, preparing yourself for the perfect one shot because you don't want to, hurt somebody else, your choice. You're right. I think it's detrimental to a society if we have cultural norms about what we should do. So if we go back into this sort of emotion prism and see these types of love, if you make your prism and from it choose to channel your emotions, sentiments, feelings, and whatever else there is into your own types of love, and then you decide to live that way, fine. If you have reasons for that, that's cool. I have an issue with a society enforcing these boxes because we don't live in a society where the majority will tell you, yeah, you can love whoever you want, however you want, just make sure you both have consent, or all of you have consent. We live in a society where you're going to, in some parts of the world, get stoned to death if you're with the wrong gender, or where you're going to be considered a promiscuous whore if you're with a certain number of people, one after the other or at the same time. And that's what my issue with the whole monoamorous approach to society, because it's not just. Um, I'm not being critical of people who do that of their own volition. I think that this number of people is much lower, and that the majority was actually taught this way. They were never given a choice to test anything else. And I think that this comes exactly from the thing you were saying. Oftentimes we're formed and taught some core values from the previous generations, be it our family, our secondary social circles, however, like our community, we end up learning things before we get to question them. And then it forms how we view the world. So we're given this prism, and we're not ever asked to question it. To question it is to go beyond the norm. So to question it is to put yourself at risk and go against the stream. My issue is that there is a stream, or at the very least, that the stream is this way because it's hurting a lot of people. And I think I see the core issues, but the core issues are being fought for with these prisms.
I think you're right. We are shaped. We are expected to behave certain ways, and like in some matters, that's good to follow society. Like the norm of don't harm animals. I think that's a good box to put people in. The sexuality and the amorous identity of a person shouldn't be a norm. I agree with you with that. You shouldn't, like, you can tell everyone be this because you are this or you agree with this. But look, I think we're getting there. I think we're opening up, opening our eyes. We've just learned how to not be homophobic. We just achieved that, even though it still exists, but we're getting there. I think polyamorous relationships are going to be the next thing. I think like people are starting to open their eyes, get information, study, get educated. People are starting to challenge
Well, this is what
these
we're doing right
boxes.
now.
And
Well, we are challenging that right now, but
yeah, and I think just sorry. Um, I think what we can learn that polyamorous people, the ones that are studying a lot, they're studying how to be in a relationship. This is applied to monogamic people too. But the thing is, it's not about the way you have these types of relationships. It's the way you don't learn how to be in a relation with someone. If you're mono or poly, whatever, don't have this education. And that's what polyamorous people are doing more than monogamic people, because the monogamic people think they're doing something that is natural. Now we learn about learning these non-material things about respect and stuff like that. That's not like animals, things that are on our DNA. No, it's what we learn to live in a society. So just to put this clear, it's not about the mono versus poly. I think it's about the way we lack of relationship education, and the way it's supposed to be the normal, it's mono, and the mono, it's the only thing that matters, and not emotional education. We are sorry.
I mean, yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Yeah.